Hi everybody. Okay, so I decided to do a video now because I've been thinking about this for since yesterday, but as y'all know, if you're in the US, it was so it got a little crazy. And okay. Plus I take a day usually to formulate my thoughts before I do a video, and I can do that on the weekend. I just tend to do the Y&R stuff or whatever, like right after, because I want you guys to get my unfiltered thoughts. So, okay, I'm gonna focus on a bit of the spoilers for next week, but I'm not gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about what I think is gonna happen because of them. Okay, so I talked about how they were. Well, and also as I was seeing the spoilers, I said, okay, I have some thoughts on that. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about here. Okay. So the character of Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, is now, she just had the surgery. And so I guess they're going to remove the bandages or whatever at home. Okay, well, problem number one for me is realism. Now, if it were anybody else but the super rich, you don't get your bandages taken off at home like that. They take all that stuff off when you're still in the hospital. Because why would they do that? I mean, unless it's like a small thing, but for something like this, it wouldn't go like that. Um, and then also another thing that's not realistic is slightly. Okay, now I do believe Patty did something to Jack. What she did, I don't really know, but I think she did something, as evidenced by the weapon. Now, what I find kind of believable and not is I don't know if Patty escaped after or if she's still in the room. I don't know. And either way, it doesn't make sense because, well, the way I see it is she would still be in the room. Because if she really wants to hurt Diane, like she says, then why doesn't she hurt Diane? I guess unless she wants to go psychological and say the best way to hurt Diane would be to hurt Jack. But if she is nuts, isn't that a little far fetched in the thought department for her to be thinking that? I don't know. The only spoiler that kind of made sense was apparently Kane is on this forgiveness tour, meaning he wants the forgiveness. So his best way to get it in his mind is to just offer people jobs. He did it with Billy, which Billy hasn't gotten back to him about his job offer. And then he's going to do it again with Holden next week. Now, I think the reason why Kane feels kind of bad about the whole situation is because he offered him a job, quote unquote, but he had to go against his morals to do it, and he said no. So, yeah. So I don't know. Well, depends on how long they want to keep Jerry Burns and Cecilia Duke around for that part of it. The Nikki stuff, I don't know. I still don't know how they're going to go with it. I mean, I've already talked about how I they could go one of two ways, but I don't know what they're going to do. And then the Kane stuff is like, I don't know. I get he's on the redemption tour, but I don't know how effective his job offers are going to be in his try to get acceptance from people. I don't know how far that's going to go. So that's why I'm in the I don't know phase yet. Once I get more info, I'll have a clear picture. And then, of course, I give you more like details, projections and stuff of what I think. But then again, you always have to put it under the shade of I'm just somebody who watches soap operas. Like, I don't know where the writers are going to go. So, you always have to have that in the bucket. All right. Bye, everybody.